Jesse Harley Parks IV. I joined the Army in August of 2001, and the towers fell while I was in basic training and defined the rest of my adult life. I started out in the 82nd Airborne. I did 3 years there, two combat deployments, invaded Iraq, invaded Afghanistan, did both those tours. Decided that I was pretty over the 82nd real quick and thought the 101st was going to be the better option, and did one combat tour with them and was like, yep, this is the same place, different unit. So I dropped my selection packet. Little did I know that I got drill sergeant orders while I was on deployment. 11 days after I dropped my packet to volunteer for selection. So when I got back, they're like, you have to be a drill sergeant. And SF was like, no, you don't. Like, go to selection. And I was like, roger that. So I went to selection and came back, and I was like, here's my selection. I got selected, and they're like, fine. They took my orders away and went. I started out in group at 410. I was there. I think I was on the team for 4.5 years, and then ended up having some marital issues for a second. Went to the dive locker, had to do a little SWIC tour, did a little Key West time. Came back as an E8, took a team for 3.5 years, came right back to 10th Group with the 3rd Battalion. Yeah. So I went to a training command for a year and a half and dropped my retirement packet and actually ended up getting medically retired out. Got out as a master sergeant after 21 years, 6 months and 9 days. I am actually like a ninth generation soldier, right? Like on my dad's side of the family, we have people all the way back to like the French and Indian War fighting for this. So it was just, I don't know. I always thought I was going to be like a paleontologist and do science shit. And like, I didn't love dinosaurs and weird crap, right? And I was like all about it and like really good in school. And then once I hit the summer between my junior and senior year, I just started getting the itch. You know what I mean? Like, I was like, I got to do something else, dude. So I just felt that calling, right? And I went to the recruiter and I was like, hey, man, like, I want to go in the military. And originally I had a Navy contract, but they wouldn't let me dive. I went to the Army and I said, hey, next best thing is I just go in the infantry and I can jump out of airplanes. Fast forward 8 months, I'm in Afghanistan, right? Like February 2002, boots on the ground, living in a Iran site on the side of a mountain, didn't shower for 4.5 months, right? Like, because it was the invasion, right? Like, so at some point in time during deployments, you just get tired of not knowing why you're doing something. So about halfway through that rotation, I met some 5th Group dudes and some 7th Group dudes that were deployed there, and we had just set up Salerno. So I was like the boots on the ground that set up Salerno, lived in Ranger Graves, got rocketed every night. We were trying to set up an airfield to bring in new supplies and this and that. Kaus was up the road. That's where group guys were at. They came and set up some dog kennels to keep their pups, is what we called them at the time. We brought them in, and I ended up guarding them for a few weeks. And so I started talking to some group guys, and I was like, all right, this is a little bit different than job. These guys rolled up in here in like Hiluxes, and they've got beards and they're doing different crap, right? Like, so like, how do I become that guy? So I started like poking around over the last few years, just meeting different dudes here and there and trying to figure it out because I didn't come from a background of that, right? So I had no idea what I was doing, but I finally met the right dude and he steered me in the group direction and was like, here's who you need to talk to, contact this guy. Like, and that was in my 3rd combat rotation in Baghdad. And I had just gotten wounded. So I was in like a 7-day medical hold, coming out of that, pulling shrapnel and stuff out of my leg. And I was talking to a 3rd Group guy, and because they came in to resupply this and that from their team houses. And I said, dude, I got to get out of this infantry crap, man. It's going to get me killed, right? Like, because that was my first Purple Heart. Like, fast forward 6 weeks, got another one. So it was like, it was, I mean, anybody that was in Baghdad in 0506 knows it was the Wild West, right? There's websites named after Baghdad 0506. Like, it was a good time. Don't get me wrong. But I knew from that point, like I said, I got to do something. I need to go somewhere where I have decision-making capabilities. And here, like, I don't even know why I'm leaving the wire. We're just getting told what to do. And we we leave and we are out for 48 hours and we come back and like we're just going to pick a fight. I was like, I don't even know what I'm going to look for. Like, so that was the main reason why I went SF. Like my generation is the first generation in American history, and this is why they're having such a hard time with mental health. It's the first generation in American history that lived an entire career, 20 years in and out of combat. It's never happened before. Like, and so the mental health department, especially in DoD, they just can't catch up with it, right? Yeah. Like and they failed miserably. Like I've lost 20 friends in the last 10 years to suicide. I lost more friends to suicide than I have in combat, right? So I think it's a multi-pronged question, right? Like I think it depends on the person. Mm-hmm. I think a lot of guys, like I know guys seen it, I've seen it. Like I've seen guys literally break, and you know that dude died, and he hasn't died yet. You're just waiting on the phone call. Right. And so I've actually seen that. I've seen that. And I'm like, there's no way we can save this dude. Like, it's just, you see the mental collapse. Right. Like, and I've seen it a few times overseas and I've seen guys come back and just be done. Like, I think that guys like me it's a rarity. Like, I have the ability to compartmentalize and move things around. I'm not saying I'm perfect. Trust me, it gets to me sometimes. I think, like, after service, it's really hard in the first 2 to 3 years because guys lose their identity 100%. Like it's like mourning the death of someone that's still alive. Is how I tell dudes. It's so fucking hard to deal with. Like you lose your identity, you lose the camaraderie that you once had in the team room, which you can never find anywhere else. Yeah, I mean, we already kind of touched on it. I think the loss of identity, like it's huge. I think it's the biggest one that anybody goes through. Because when you dedicate over 20 years of your life to a certain organization, and the military is not an organization, it's a lifestyle, right? Like when you dedicate over 20 years to become a certain person, right? Like it's hard to place that person at bay. I just did a civilian range with my work last week, right? For the first time since I've been out. And they were like, ammo supplied. It's going to be fun. We're going to do 3 shooting competitions, amateur, intermediate, and expert. Sign up for the competition that you think, right? And so I put obviously expert, but I'm not going to shoot in the competition. Like I'm going to destroy all of you. So I'll just help train everybody in this and that. And they were like, no, you have to shoot. And I was like, all right, cool. And it's so funny because I only shot 1 magazine the whole time. And I was like, I want to make sure this thing's sighted in right. And I was like, bah, 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 bah. And I had an extended mag, so I put 21 rounds in the same hole. Yeah. And I was like, I haven't shot a pistol in a year. I'm still good.
Like, got it.
Yeah. And I literally got done, unloaded it, put it down, looked behind me, and my whole office like. Yeah, that's the age-old question, right? Like, I'm doing what I do right now because I got into it thinking I could still help people and make a little bit more money doing it. But I have since decided that that's probably not my path. I'm going to do it right now because it pays the bills. But I don't know, to be honest with you. I volunteer a lot with probably about 9 veteran organizations here in the Florida area. I do a lot of fundraising for them. I do quarterly calls, and I get like 9 or 10 different organizations together just to talk about what's working, what's not, funding, this and that, all the crap. And I go to their events. But when it comes to me personally, I don't think I've found it yet. I wish I could tell you I have. I wish this was like a better interview, and I'm 3.5 years from retirement, right? 3 years from retirement. I'm still every day, I'm like, what am I going to do, right? Like I had a business lunch today, and I pitched some ideas that I've been working on that could be, very lucrative ideas, but at the same time, they're not like, they're just something to do, Like for me, oh man, I wish I had a solid answer for that question. I don't really know the path forward. I know that I would like to have a little bit more solitude. I'd like to have my own 100-acre ranch. I'd like to go back to my childhood, to be honest with you, and do what I did when I was growing up, Yeah. Honestly, like I'm not a very big legacy person. You know what I mean? If I had to choose something to do that meant a value prior to my death, for the veteran community, I would just continue what I'm doing, working with the nonprofits I'm doing, trying to get homeless off the street and, guys to the right place, trying to limit veteran suicide, this and that. Yeah, so I don't think much about legacy. I think we have a short period of time on this earth, and I don't think anybody knows what really happens when it ends. So I think, Keanu Reeves said it best, right? Like somebody asked him once in an interview, what do you think happens when you die? He said, and he paused for like 10 seconds, and he goes, I think the people that love us will miss you. So it's like, just live your day to the fullest and like try and find something that makes you happy. Have I found that yet? Nope. You know what I mean? Will I? I mean, maybe, right? Like I'll keep trying. And try and get back as much as you can if you can. And if not, then just try and do right by the people that love you and by yourself and live your life. And I think commonality helps dudes get past the hard stuff when they're first transitioning out. So I think trying to, because everybody's trying to find that like brotherhood and that team room environment that they once had, which you can't find. It's gone forever. Once you leave it, it's gone. You'll never get it back. There's nothing that duplicates it. Trust me, I've tried in every realm, from the good to the bad. All right, and like you can't duplicate it. But the reality of the nature of the type of soldier that comes out of group and the type of soldier that comes out of the regular army or military is that most of us don't have anything to say. Like the guys that really did it, they just want to live their life in peace. I would caution people to tell too much because people don't understand. And it could cause you a little bit more heartache than you think, right? People aren't going to be understanding of some things that you did overseas. It just is what it is. Like, I'm Jesse Harley Parks IV, and this is my story.